Well, here I am down here in the chicken lot for another exciting video. Brought them some mealworms and stuff, but it's about a little after noon right now. Tried to fill their food bins, but Rusty wanted to be a butthole and start flogging the bags, so I just stepped out of there. I'll put it in there tonight. Didn't really need any anyways. Just a little bit left in the bag, so I figured I would just top it off, but he wanted to be a butthole, so 9-year-old rooster he is. He's 9. Little Sussex is 9. I think F&M went back in the. She went back in the bin. What you doing, Checkers? There's Checkers. Over here pecking at my multicolored pants. Got a good little sunny patch in here now. That's where that big tree fell, like earlier this spring. Well, it was rotten, dead tree, so. But kind of left. I mean, it's been dead for quite a few years, so got a little open patch up there right now. So, but yeah, kind of redid. I'll see if I can. We added a little bit of that Wrigley plastic. I don't know what you call this stuff. I guess carport tops or something. I really don't know. We'd already had some over there on those two sides, but I decided to put a little bit on this side, kind of make it like a little door. Just one more side to be blocked. Of course, this side is all open, and they got a little perch under there too. Don't you come over here, Rusty. Yeah. He gets more ornery when they lay eggs. And of course, Isla, she's going through menopause, even though she's still, I don't know how old. I don't know how old Hamburg and Easter and Olive are now. They're, I'd say, butterfly, get out, butterfly. I don't know, maybe 6. I really can't say. Can't remember. Easter and Hamburger still laying just fine, but Olive over there, she never was a big layer no ways, even when she was Olive egger. So, oh there. I would go in there, but what y'all doing over here, sunning? Look at the little baby chickens, how much they've grown. You see there? In this month they'll be 4 months that we've had them, so they're going on 4 months old. So, oh yeah, getting that sun. There's the that was a Starlight Green Egger. And there's the Wyandotte, the golden laced. She's awful pretty. Yeah. Starting to get little waddles come in. And 2 little cream leg bars. They both kind of ended up a little bit different colors around their necks. But let's see Rusty's side. Of course, they're a little smaller than the main side, but it's still pretty decent size. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of the sun. Whew. Checkers! Up here in the shade. Yeah, right over here's that's where I fell. I walked around this way that evening, and or maybe I come down through this way. Chipped on one of these roots, caught my toe, and down I went. I landed right down there. That hurt pretty good. So, but yeah, we got the that's our new little hidey hole we did. We was gonna put these little mouse under there. We need to put these away. Well, if Eric was down here, he'd smash it. Then take this up because they like these little. Look at that little sucker. Look at that little sucker. Man, I can't do nothing about it. I need to get rid of these. I just left them. We just left them laying down here in the butthole. They always have to get up under here, under these little ripply things, because they can see perfect little hidey holes. I just need to move them. That's what I'm gonna do. Just take it up anyways. And I will put them up somewhere, but that's the hidey hole. There's no sense that stuff being on there no way. We just left it laying there because we didn't know what to do with it. We got these shingles. Asked Lowe's if they had any open packs, or the guy took us back to the little area, and I guess each shingle, like top part for the top part, I don't know, different shingles for different, like some shingles you start on the top, the start row, and I don't know, but these, all this whole shingles were like $10 forever, all of them. Maybe less than that, I don't remember, but they were pretty well discounted because they were just out by themselves. But yeah, he built all the tops too. The top is plywood, so that's why we needed the shingles to help kind of keep it covered. And then got those blocks. So now they got made them kind of a little door, just kind of block as much wind, rain, and stuff off of them. But yeah, it's open on this side, so this side's facing east pretty much. Oh, there's an egg back there. Huh. I might drop the egg back there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. Right there it be. Don't tell me how long it's been here. What you doing, Buffy? Oh no, you're not Buffy. You're Starlight Green Egger. See how she's a pretty hen. She getting Come here. Come here. I don't think she'll be laying soon. Red wattles and everything already. Yeah. She's a pretty little hen. Yeah. Ain't she? You're a pretty little hen. Don't run. Oh, there's White Rock. White Rock says, I'm the boss. Guess this egg will be a Jimmy snack. Just throw it out. Just look at her wing stretches over there. Funny. F&M, she's still laying eggs. She's 9. She don't lay continuously, but she'll lay early in the early part of spring, and yeah. That's little Buffy all stretched out right there, and then there's Big Buffy. The Big Buffy, she's a little bit more fluffier than little Buffy. And plus little Buffy's got her feathers all picked up. I suspect it's White Rock. She goes around, if they're like dust bathe or something, she's gonna start like not picking at them, but like just not pecking at them, but just kind of pecking and picking, and just and breaks the feathers in the back. So F&M. So there's old Floppy Comb at. There's little Hazel. Hazel is Rusty and Hamburg's kid. Hi, Checkers. There's Floppy Comb. We call her Floppy Comb. Come here. So she's Flappy Comb. Hi, Checkers. What you doing, Checkers? I like to get pettings. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's Hazel. See, Hazel ended up looking like Hamburg, but just bigger. But she's a mix. She's a cross between an Easter egger and a golden, or what do they call them? Golden Hamburgs. Pencil golden, something like that. Checkers. Little chatty Checkers. Enjoying this sunny patch. See, there's Hamburg. She's a purebred chicken. Supposed to be originated from Hamburg, Germany. She's Whittle. What you doing, Hamburg? She's a good little chicken. Ain't you? You don't catch her, though. You'll never catch her. She's fast. Fast and flighty. There's Sussex. Sussex is a good little chicken. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. Our crap back there. It's the old safety cage that we used to use for the chicks and stuff and just some spare 2x4s. Not 2x6s, I don't know, whatever they are, it doesn't matter, and that's the new safety cage that we built a few years ago. It's a smaller one, easier to move around. And that's what we used to put that bin when we used to dump the poop boxes, the poop bins, and he would take them other places to dump it. Hi, Buffy. So it's just empty, just laying there empty, the lid's closed. But now it goes way out there. I dump it. It's all shavings and stuff, shavings and chicken poop, but a lot of times by the time if I dump it once a month, roughly, sometimes a little more, just depends, but it's usually already kind of broke down anyways, and I spread it out, kind of like where the sun is shining there, and I just spread it out down there, and it's going to make some good dirt. Making some good dirt down there. And then all that's left basically is just shavings, so. But he keeps it trimmed up back here, bring the weed eater back here, and try to keep it cleaned up, and I just throw some spare stuff back here that I don't know what to do, little doodads and stuff like that I've had forever. But that's a cherry tree up there. So, but anyways, but yeah, it's pretty good size. It's, I don't know what you call this plastic tin stuff, but that's it. What you doing, Big Buffy? Hi, the Big Buffy. So they get up underneath it when it rains. They like it. It looks a lot better too, anyways, I think. So, and that's the pallet that used to be over there. Was part of their little hidey spot hole, and then just scrap pieces of plywood and stuff on top of it with a tarp. So I just put it over here, and they like it. And there's a little wallowed out spot there, and I stuck a rock to kind of prop it, but they roost on it and sit on it, and happy little chickens. What you doing, Rusty? That's a Flappy Comb. You don't have to get up, silly. He's going down here and dust bathe. He's a pretty rooster. He's an Easter egger rooster. Yep. He's got some red feathers. I think he's really pretty. I think that's probably why he's more of a butthole, because he's red. Alright. Yeah. Everybody seems to be happy down here. So, what you doing, Flappy Comb? She's a California white, and then the Checkers is a California gray. They're both hybrids, what they call them, hybrids. They're both mixed with leghorns. And I can't remember what. The California whites are supposed to be, will have spots. Some have more than others. She's got some spots, but they're hard to see. But she definitely looks a lot like a, she took more after the leghorn. And then Checkers. So funny how they do that. It's like they just go, it's like it's relaxing for them. Stretching out in that sun. And I know Starlight. That's the Starlight green egger. I don't know if you can see her. She's kind of got lacing in her. I don't know where all the little leg bars are over there in the corners. Got their own little spot dust bathing. So there's Sussex. There's little Sussex. Take this stuff out of here. Alright, get out of here. Lay this egg here. I'll get it here in just a minute. Rock back. But yeah, I'll set this down right here. I'll come back, put it up later. Oh, and then there's the finished it's finished. I mean, this is all this part's all been built. I just didn't have these put on yet, and then fastened down. So try to keep this front dry as possible, because it's, you know, it's staying dry now pretty good. So this is my makeshift, what I done quite a few years ago now, because like I said, all this is on a slope, so it's sitting on blocks. But this it's hard to explain, it doesn't matter. But the rest of the side's built up and sitting up on blocks because the back end's higher than the front end. So over the years, all the dirt washed up against that 4x4 post, you know, sitting on those blocks, and so it was all covered up in dirt. So I got down here, I scratched it all out because it was wicking. It was wicking up on this paneling. It's painted, but it wicked up underneath, and some of it, I peeled away parts of it over there where it was rotten, and then some of these are a little rotten. But so this was my, got some more of these blocks, and I just made it where it's completely open and got all the air. Might not look the greatest, but it's doing what I want it to, and keeping it dry now, especially we got this built on here now. So there's Wildlife Alley over there, going straight through there. Everything likes to walk around over there. Well, the bad thing, those silly carpenter bees are tearing it up already. But forget my egg, and then my flower bed, my chicken flower bed is looking pretty good. Everything, some of the stuff's already bloomed and done, like my Jacob's ladder, it was full of bloom. Of course, these are all the old, but there's some of the coral bells, or a lot of people call them heucheras, but that's just native. That's what grows wild. It's done bloomed. Can't really see, but that's what they look like, just growing regular. No colors, just green. Not even underneath the leaves. The leaves are real velvety. It's a cute little plant. I like it. I like even the stuff you buy at the stores. My little duck we found down there at the river. But my Indian pink, it's spreading, which is all the phlox. Of course, it's did its thing. It was all over the place. He got up here and weed eated a lot of it down because it was done. I should have him. Well, some of the stuff's weeds, but like I said, there's Indian pink growing right here. So it's done and spread seeds for next year. But my Indian is blooming a lot here. All this I got off the side road down there. Grows wild and it's a native plant. And there's some here. Everything but my hostas. The stuff that grows wild. And I've got it just off in the woods in places. This was growing on the edge of the yard. It's some type of spiderwort. There's all kind of different types, but it's a native plant. It's gonna sit here and bloom. It's got a bunch of little buds and stuff. But I got it kind of. There's one of those little I put down here. It's kind of tall. I'd say it's probably about 3 foot tall. Real pretty little focus. Oh, there it goes. Some type of spiderwort. You can buy stuff like that at the stores or stuff, but it's not stuff. But this came out of the woods, but I like shade and moist places. But it's not really moist down here, but it is. I've been mulching it over the years and it's helping a lot. If we don't get any rain, it's kind of a dry spot because of that maple. This maple right here. And they got this big beech right there. And then the other little corner. This right here will be blooming eventually. And there's another plant on the side of it, on the edge of the front yard. And it's another one that grows wild too. And it's puts out white flowers. Pretty good size of white flowers. It's a native plant too. There's some of your hostas. You have a bunch of those. You got Christmas tree ferns and so now it's more of a sort of early spring. We're getting into mid-spring. Won't be long. It'll be summer. Next month will be first day of summer. And these are getting ready to bloom. There's a whole big patch of it down in the woods down there. It's another. It's got flowers. Oh, here it is blooming. One of these, forget the name. It's kind of a funny name actually. Something about horehound. I don't know, something like that. But some little grasses that I got. There's a whole patch of that stuff over there, and I've dug a couple clumps up a long time ago and put them over here. This is some of that mountains, snow in the mountain men or something. It'll be blooming, and that's aster. It'll be blooming at the tail end of summer. So the Indian pink's all right down here. So that's good. I don't mind that spreading. I think I like it a lot. So come down here and Rusty's in. What you doing, Hamburg? Yeah, I try to. He had to come weed eat down through here, but so walk around down through here and little cedar tree there. That's one of the trees we lost when that big oak tree fell a 3 years ago. That big bad storm. That's one of the trees laying down over there. The root ball sticking up. Squirrels and the doves really like that tree over there a lot. There's a whole bunch of doves always over there. But what you doing, Hamburg? It's a big white oak. There's crap stuff back here because that's the tree. What's left of it. So, what you doing, Hamburg? What you doing, Hamburg? This part right here we didn't, because you can see all the way around we got the chicken wire, and then it comes out on the ground basically like an L shape, and then we got it covered up with, you know, rocks and dirt and stuff, and mostly rocks. But this end we didn't. This one section that we didn't right here. I can't really remember why we didn't do that, but there is chicken wire underneath all this stuff. It goes all the way out, but it's been many years of covered up with dirt and leaves and rocks and stuff. And I got, you can see logs and rocks and some actually some old fish tank stuff sitting right there. Just more obstacles in my mind, I guess. But and then I just kind of zip tied the screen, old window screen, right there. Just obstacles basically for right here in this spot. But Bambo, you follow me around? Huh? This part right here's got great big rocks sticking up, like huge ones you could like dig down. No telling how big they'd be, but anyways, blah blah blah. So, I think about maples, they like to all the roots, man. I hope this tree stands here for if it don't, because it's got a hard lean that way. But we won't think about that. But one last thing before I get off here, I'm rambling. This is our third bluebird house over here that we've had up a few years, and they're building a nest in here while they're feeding babies way over there. I kind of think there's a second pair that's come in, and I just checked earlier. There's one, the first egg just got laid in here. Because we got 3 bluebird houses, one across the driveway, when there's still babies in that one, over right over there, behind, way over there. And there's a second one over there. That's not a bluebird house right there. It's just a different small one. But and then there's this one. You see how he's, you know. But there's already, they've been building. And I seen that day, they've already got one little egg in there. That day I seen a whole bunch of them, a little group of little bluebirds. And I've seen, the other day I saw 2 males sitting on the gutter of the house. Not like a whole group of like 4 or 5 or 6 of them. I can't remember. There's quite a few of them just chattered, you know, just singing and flying around everywhere over on the edge of the yard. So I think there's a second pair coming over here. So maybe it's far enough away. I read that if you have bluebird houses, they gotta be at least 100 feet away. I guess that's probably 100 feet. It'd have to be. I'll see if I can. Behind that big tree right, I'll zoom. Probably because right at the top of right there. It's on the other side of the driveway. So, and then like I said, the second one's way over there. Nothing in it, but so I feel like there's a second pair come over here surely. But I'm no bluebird expert. But I do know they're very territorial, so that's my theory. I guess, oh, look at the deer. They're back there. And the dogs are inside. I'm about to go in. They don't care. That's Wildlife Alley, where my little fence row is. Walk up there, and it goes behind the shed, and it leads to where the deer is. in my years in the making a brush pile here, there's all kind of chipmunks and birds and stuff in here, but so I'm gonna quit rambling and get inside and go by shooting. Gonna have me a monster, probably a peanut butter sandwich. So anyways, I'm gonna get off of here and I was hoping the little leg ball, they're out now, but they're down there by the door. The little golden lace wyandotte, she's... See if I can zoom on her. What you doing, baby chicken? The little leg bars are down there at the way down there. They're funny with their little fluffy head feathers. Alright, well, I'm going to go in and sit down for a little bit. I didn't walk the dogs this morning. Well, I slept late this morning. So, plus it's way warmer today, too. So, alrighty, well, another exciting video later, and I shall talk to you later. Bye-bye.